Okay, now that I'm on board the ship, let me tell you about, there was a shipwreck right around here. And it was a ship carrying paint. It had red and black paint only. It was for the Ottawa football team, the Red Blacks. And the ship ran aground and all the crew were marooned. Red and black makes maroon. They were marooned. Jokes are best when you have to explain them. And yes, Carmen, that was a dad joke. Okay, so this one's going to take some explanation. So one of the Great Lakes is Lake Huron, and on the east coast of Lake Huron, north of Toronto, is the Bruce Peninsula. At the very tip of that is a town called Tobermory, named after a town in Scotland, which also has a ferry, which is a secret. Pretend I didn't say that, because I'll reference it as canoe. Because the name of the ferry is Chichimora, which means canoe in the native language of the area. So we hopped a ferry from Tobermory to an island just north of there. It takes about 2 hours to cross. And then from there we drove to Sault Ste. Marie to experience not summer. It was 66 degrees. It was lovely. And then now we're back in Florida, so sweating something terrible. So in Tobermory there are various things to see. It's a small little town, but a lot to see for its size. And then we hop the ferry with our car. It's a lot of fun, so enjoy the video. Greetings from another bike ride. Here we are, and that's Tobermory. And there's a big canoe. You'll see more about that in the next video. That we're going to take all the way for 2 hours that way. And you'll see. And so it's the tip of Bruce Peninsula. Yeah. I hadn't heard of it either. But it's sort of like the Pinky of Middle Ontario. So this body of water eventually goes that way and empties into Lake Huron, one of the Great Lakes. Although that looks pretty great already. And then, because of this rocky surface that I'm on, we have a lighthouse. Yes. Hopefully I'm not totally in the shadow. So here we are. So this is so Tobermory, there's some coffee pots around the corner somewhere. There are shipwrecks here, glass-bottom boats, a grotto, not as nice as the one in Italy, but much more accessible, except you have to reserve a spot and that kind of stuff. But so when I first walked up, I saw these fins. Now, Florida, when you see water and fins, it's a shark or a dolphin. See, there's a fin. It's just people snorkeling. All right, so this is so Tobermory right over there. That's where the ferry docks, the canoe docks. And see you later on the ride. All right, so here we are on the other side. The lighthouse back there. And then someone has a clear bottom kayak. Now that'd be awesome. Yeah. Where are we? Oh, where are we? Oh, Tobermory. Tobermory right there?
Yeah.
This is Georgian Bay. This is Lake Huron. So Lake Huron starts like right here, just to the left of us. I thought we were further away than that.
So this is where we were.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. Then we went this way, Collingwood, up through here.
Then we are to.
Actually, we went this way.
Yeah. Yeah.
The shipwreck sweepstakes from the air. No. Oh.
I think it's high tide, low tide. It's always tide. It's a lake, so this is just what you get. All right, let's take a stroll along the harbor section of Tobermory. So the ferry is behind me on another section of the harbor, much larger than this. This is a smaller part of the harbor where you can dock your fancy boat if we happen to have one. This is also where you catch the tourist boats. They have the glass bottoms, the tours, the tour to the grotto and the coffee pot columns and the sea stacks. And there's lots of restaurants along here. It's a bit touristy, but it's a casual touristy, not quite as bad as like Key West or something like that. It's much more family oriented, and it's very nice. So if you happen to be in 3 hours north of Toronto, you might consider going here as well. All right, so behind you is the Chi-Chi-Mon, which is native language for big canoe. And that certainly is a big canoe. So all the cars will enter through this mouth there, a little closed this mouth into the Lee Gulch. So here we are right here. We're gonna go Famous, I guess, on Manitou Island.
Chi-Chi-Mon, big canoe.
Oh, you can leave it on. All right, here, this is recording. There we go. want to say something? We appear to be entering the mouth of the beast. Look at the little stripy shirt, guys. Entering the belly of the whale. And away we go. So being essentially a bus on water, carrying cars and people, it leaves on time. So as soon as the couple cars came in behind us, we walked upstairs and we were already moving. And as you can see, we're backing up and the front door bow part is closing as we're moving back. And then we'll eventually swing around and head forward. And then the cruise, according to some other people we met who take the boat ride all the time, this was a rather not smooth version of it, because when we were trying to eat lunch, it was a little wishy-washy back and forth. But it wasn't bad as sailing goes. It was a lot of fun. It's kind of like a cruise ship because it has multiple floors. There's a restaurant. Sometimes they have live music. So I had a good time.
All right, on our left over there is Georgian Bay. We're going to spin around, and we have 2 hours on this. After we parked the car, we were the last ones on, weren't we? We're almost the last ones on.
All right, we've turned around and we're heading east. So that's Georgian Bay where the flag is right now. And then to the far side over there is the Lake Huron. We made it. Wave.
Yay!
Yay. We made it.
They'll probably say the license plate.
Tobermory. All right, now not to panic anybody, but below us are shipwrecks. There were 25 on a map we saw, and maybe I'll find a picture of that. So, all right, so here we are on the Lido deck. Remember I said it looked like a cruise ship? Well, the whole top deck here is their version of the Lido deck. So there's no pool, there's no bar, but everybody seems to be hanging out here in the lawn chairs and benches on such a beautiful day. No clouds, no smoke, nice and cool, and a real funky tower there. All right, the third level has bathrooms here for femmes and hommes. Has a lounge area here with a good view of the back. And let's go outside and look see what's going on outside. All right, so we're going to exit outside, and it's quite windy. So let's exit on the west-facing side and see where that takes us. Ooh, gotta step up. Big doggy. Hello. All right, passing an island over here. Don't know what island it is. See what kind of shipwrecks we have. Let's walk around front.
And he's rescued 2 baby ducklings already. Oh, nice.
Right. Little lighthouse.
Yeah.
Wow, this is all fresh water. This is amazing. Look at that. So directly in front of us is Lake Huron, and the other side of this island is Lake Huron, and that's Georgian Bay. I've mentioned that a few times. It's just quite amazing. This is all fresh water. It's like crossing in Victoria, Vancouver and British Columbia, going over to Victoria, or Vancouver Island in Victoria. You are on a big ship like this, but you see sometimes these dolphin, whale, eagles. Here it's nothing. It's just freshwater fish, maybe an eagle or two, some otters. Wow. Quite amazing. All right, the most important part is food. Not a whole lot to choose from. I was hoping for fries, but I don't see any.
Can't bring it down.
Oh, they do have fries. Oh, okay, so you can't quite see it. There's a hamburger, a veggie burger, Wild Alaska salmon burger, southern pulled pork on a bun. We're so far north that everything is southern. Oh, they have other sandwiches. Roast beef, corned beef on rye, western, french fries, poutine. We haven't done a video on poutine yet.
And then I took, Lisa had taken pictures.
Where are you? There you are.
Hi.
There we go. So look at that water out there.
First root beer.
Wow, that looks nice. And I'm having my Racinette root beer. Well, we made it to Manitou Island, and just after leaving the ferry, we crossed this single-lane bridge, which had a interesting traffic light before crossing it. It had three lanes of traffic light. Each one had a different red, yellow, green symbol, so we didn't know quite what to do. But we crossed this single-lane bridge onto the Manitou Island, which is a First Nation, mostly population. Well, I hope you enjoyed our video of our ferry ride from Tobermory to Manitou Island. And remember to click and subscribe. And tell your friends. Bye-bye.